Denny Hamlin and the number 11 Joe Gibbs Racing team have been hit with a pricey penalty after Toyota tore down an engine before it could be inspected by NASCAR following Hamlin's victory at Bristol Motor Speedway way back in March. This illegal move will be costly for Denny Hamlin. Could Denny Hamlin be caught up in a cheating scandal? NASCAR stated that the L2 level penalty was imposed for failing to fulfill NASCAR's engine seal regulations, adding that Toyota reported the problem. Each race-winning engine must be inspected by NASCAR once the race team determines that its life cycle is complete. In this instance, prior to presenting the engine to NASCAR for inspection, Toyota Racing Development disassembled and rebuilt the number 11's Bristol winning race engine. Per the NASCAR rulebook, this violation results in an L2 penalty to the race team and driver. Toyota Racing Development self-reported this violation. The series-shattering decision means Hamlin will lose 75 driver and owner points, moving him from 3rd to 6th place in the regular season standings. The loss of 10 playoff points will also be deducted from his total of 21, reducing it to 11. A race victory is worth 5 playoff points. The team was also fined $100,000. Following the announcement of the penalties, Toyota Racing issued a statement admitting that they had made a mistake. As the engine builder for our partner NASCAR Cup Series teams, TRD is solely responsible for the handling and disposition of all our engines pre- and post-race. Despite procedures being in place, Denny's race-winning engine from Bristol was mistakenly returned to our Costa Mesa facility, disassembled and rebuilt instead of being torn down and inspected by NASCAR per the rulebook. Although we know with absolute certainty that the engine was legal and would have passed inspection, we left NASCAR in an impossible position because they were not given the opportunity to properly inspect our engine. We have reviewed our processes and have implemented several additional steps to ensure that this never happens again. TRD takes full responsibility for this grievous mistake, and we apologize to Denny, Chris, Coach Gibbs, the entire JGR organization, NASCAR, and our fans. Denny Hamlin won 3 races this season, so he doesn't have to worry about the worst component of his sentence. Had Bristol been his sole victory of the season, he may have missed the playoffs. The winning engine in question was the one used at Bristol. His playoff eligibility from the Bristol Triumph is no longer valid, so good news, he has 2 more wins and a ton of points overall. So, he wasn't in danger. Hamlin was going to make the NASCAR playoffs, one way or another. Still, it is a punishment with several implications, both visible and unexpected. Especially the playoff points. For what it's worth, Toyota Racing Development accepted full responsibility for the blunder. NASCAR did not tear down the engine provided by Toyota. They are ultimately responsible. However, JGR and Hamlin bear the financial burden. On social media, Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports and Jeff Gluck of The Athletic explained why an appeal from Hamlin and Joe Gibbs Racing is not taking place. No reason to appeal, Pockrass commented on X in response to a fan. The reason the timing is so late is that TRD must have just realized that the winning engine from Bristol was mistakenly rebuilt instead of being inspected by NASCAR and told NASCAR about it. Gluck also commented to a fan on X who said the penalty changed Hamlin's season. Seems pointless. This is about as black and white as it gets, Gluck wrote. Winning engines must be submitted for inspection before being torn down. This one wasn't. Automatic penalty. Bad break for Hamlin JGR because of Toyota's error, but that's the rule. As Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports points out, this is a severe penalty. Denny Hamlin and his crew will bear a significant financial burden. This penalty will knock Hamlin out of the regular season title chase. He was 28 points behind of leader Tyler Reddick. Hamlin now drops from 3rd to 6th in overall points, 786 to 711. Denny Hamlin will also fall from 3rd to 6th in playoff points. He has dropped from 21 to 11 playoff points, putting him behind Team Penske colleagues Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric. The problem emerged when TRD self-reported the infringement. Joe Gibbs Racing did not create the error, but they will be punished. NASCAR has a very clear guideline about this. It's a major setback to his championship chances. If he had came back and won the regular season championship, he would have received 15 additional playoff points. Instead, it's a 25-point swing, with him dropping 10 points. It's safe to say the news that Denny Hamlin was punished today for failing an engine check surprised the NASCAR world. Even Dale Earnhardt Jr. is stunned by the news. When NASCAR teams are discovered cheating or breaching the regulations, there is typically a valid cause, looking for every tenth and digit of horsepower that you can generate. Then there are instances where things slip between the gaps. Dale Jr. believes Denny Hamlin's engine penalty was the consequence of a mistake, not attempting to obtain an edge. Wild, happened in March, and at Bristol, where motor doesn't really matter, gives me confidence there was no real intention. Also considering what was going on with tire management during the race. Big disappointment for DH and crew, Earnhardt wrote on X.com, formerly known as Twitter. If you gonna trick the engine, you ain't risking it at Bristol, the Hall of Famer added in a second post. Dale Earnhardt Jr. understands what he's talking about, particularly in Bristol. If he claims it makes no sense to meddle with the engine in Bristol, I trust him. The fact that TRD self-reported the breach suggests it was not malicious. Still, Denny Hamlin did not want 75 points and 10 playoff points taken away. He was in the thick of a regular season title race, and now he's out of reach. Denny Hamlin must pay for TRD's mistake in reusing a race-winning engine without NASCAR inspection. Toyota TRD, as Joe Gibbs Racing's engine vendor, is ultimately responsible for the blunder. But it doesn't matter. JGR utilized the engine, hence they incur an automatic L2 penalty. In addition to 75 driver and owner points and 10 playoff points, crew chief Chris Gabehart is fined $100,000. This penalty will knock Hamlin out of the regular season title chase. He was 28 points behind of leader Tyler Reddick. Hamlin now drops from 3rd to 6th in overall points, 786 to 711. Denny Hamlin will also fall from 3rd to 6th in playoff points. He has dropped from 21 to 11 playoff points, putting him behind Team Penske colleagues Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric. So, what happened exactly? Denny Hamlin broke the following regulation, for which TRD accepted responsibility. All race-winning engines will be long block sealed by NASCAR and must be completely inspected by NASCAR before the engine may be disassembled by the team. If the team chooses to use the long block sealed race-winning engine again before being inspected, the engine must be used in the same vehicle number the next time it is used. As said earlier, NASCAR also issued a statement detailing the infringement. Each race-winning engine must be inspected by NASCAR once the race team determines that its life cycle is complete, the statement added. In this instance, prior to presenting the engine to NASCAR for inspection, Toyota Racing Development disassembled and rebuilt the number 11's Bristol winning race engine. Per the NASCAR rulebook, this violation results in an L2 penalty to the race team and driver. Toyota Racing Development self-reported this violation. Denny Hamlin's team was caught off guard by the development, and TRD accepted full responsibility for the error. Fortunately, it will not jeopardize Denny Hamlin his playoff spot. However, it might cost him a regular season championship and make his playoff chances much more difficult. The broader implications for the team will likely include a re-evaluation of procedures and perhaps more rigorous internal checks to prevent such costly errors in the future. As the NASCAR season progresses, much attention will be on how Hamlin and his team rebound from this setback and manage team morale. We will now, maybe unsurprisingly, be watching for Hamlin's response, particularly in light of his outspoken nature and previous criticisms of the NASCAR penalty system. Denny Hamlin is still chasing that illustrious first championship, and this penalty surely isn't helping out. What do you think? Did they do it by accident or on purpose? And will this also mean that Denny won't have a shot at winning the title at the end of the year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.